Hi again, this is Rick Harvey, the Creative Warrior, and I have another mindful awareness short video for you. This one is going to be on one of my all time favorites. It's loving kindness. Let's take a look. When we offer loving kindness, the idea is to offer it to all living beings without exception. And what we would want for all living beings is that they would be happy, they would feel well, they would feel peaceful, and they would feel free. So, how do we conjure those feelings for people? Sometimes we've got those in ourselves at the moment, right? You just feel happy and you want to share that happiness. But then sometimes it's hard to feel happy. It's 2021 in March right now, and there have been tough times in the last year, and maybe some people had trouble finding a feeling of happiness. I like to take something that I have going on now, a happiness, a wellness, a peacefulness, a feeling of freedom, or I go back to an experience that I can relate to. I like to go back to a time when I was kayaking with a organization called First Descents. They help young adult cancer survivors get their confidence back by putting them in adventure therapy situations, and I was doing a whitewater kayaking trip. And what it did is, I was just feeling happy that I could do what I was doing out on the boat. I was well enough to be out in whitewater. There's the time when it's not in whitewater, when the river's just flowing down, feeling free and peaceful at those times. So those are things I can bring up and wish for other people in the moment if it's not there for me. There are two different ways I like to work with when I'm observing loving kindness. And it's a kind of a rippling out starting from a point. Like, for instance, wishing these things for family and imagining them being in those situations where they're happy, well, peaceful, or free. Wishing these things for friends, opening up the circle of closeness a little bit. Wishing it for neighbors. We may or may not know our neighbors well, but we want them to be happy, well, peaceful, and free, right? If they all feel that way, then imagine how much better we all get along. I mean, and just, how much they can influence the people around them and bring happiness, wellness, peacefulness, and freedom to them. To the city that you're in or town, just imagine everybody harmoniously experiencing happiness, wellness, peacefulness, and freedom. Not bad, huh? Moving out to the state, or it could be a nation, and then moving out to the continent and moving out to the world, and including all living beings, all sentient beings. That means humans, that means animals, that means any other form of life that is aware it's alive, insects, anything, is you want all of them to be happy, well, peaceful, and free. And then in this practice, we move back to ourselves and want those things for us to kind of wrap it up in a bow. The other way to do it is to choose specific people in your life. Somebody who's easy to love is a good place to start and wish those things for them, their happiness, wellness, peacefulness, and freedom. And then somebody that maybe is neutral, somebody's easy to love. Somebody that's neutral could be your letter carrier, could be somebody that helps you at the store. You don't know them. Maybe you have a friendly hello or something like that, but you're not particularly close, but still you would want them to be happy, well, peaceful, or free. Or maybe a police officer that's driving by in their car. Imagine how effectively they would do their job if they were in that situation. So, a neutral person that you're wishing well. Then we move out to a difficult person. You really would want them to be happy, well, peaceful, and free. Imagine how much easier it would be to get along with that person if they felt that way. That's from a personal standpoint, but imagine how their feeling of happiness, wellness, peacefulness, and freedom would ripple out and help other people in their circle that they may find easier to communicate with, get along with. Then we move out to all people. Just again, we've gone all the way out to all the people in the world. Everybody should feel happy, well, peaceful, and free. Imagine how that would affect global politics. Imagine how that would affect how we view each other, whether we're others or whether we're just all together as humans. To all living beings, like I said, all sentient beings is another word that we use, which is beings that are aware that they are alive and want to be alive. Could be an ant, it could be a hippopotamus. When we're doing these, it's a good idea to keep the focus on one person. Sometimes we get mixed up when we want, maybe there's a lot of easy to love people. Just choose one. Maybe there's a lot of neutral people. Just choose one. It's okay. It can ripple out from there. So there we go. That is our loving kindness graphic. I look forward to our next video on mindful awareness practices. I appreciate having this time with you. Be well, happy, well, peaceful, and free. Thanks. Bye bye.